What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the O2B YouTube channel. And today we're going to do a rust repair on this bad boy. Behind me we have my friend's Audi A3 and it requires a lot of rust repair. We're going to get cracking with it. I am not by any means a body shop pro. However, we're going to do our best possible job on this car to try and bring it back to life. Starting off with the grille, as we can see, where it's very deteriorated. It's looking a bit sorry for itself. So we've got 24 hours and to make this car gorgeous again. It's going to take a lot of work. Looks like I'm going to be doing a lot of polishing, looking at all this mist, little bits and bobs to saw out here. We're going to try and do a bit of blending. We've got a lot of rust to saw in these wings. I mean, it'd probably be better to get some new wings. However, we're going to take back the rust and see how far the rust goes in and try and do without getting new wings. As we can see, we have, oh my god, a lot of rust. This trim's probably just gonna, oh okay, I guess this trim will just come off. Oh my god. Oh, look at the rust. That's pretty bad. Gonna do our best to make that look nice. That's gonna be tricky. This whole sill is very rotten as well. It's just peeling away in a lot of places. Again, we're gonna try and make the best we can out of this, but it's just all peeling with this under seal stuff. Like, oh my god. That's bad. That's pretty bad. Going over onto the rear tailgate needs a lot of attention because it has a lot of rust. We'll be taking this all back down to metal, trying to make it look nice. I'm probably gonna just go off this line here and do this bottom part. So we'll do a little D badge for him as well and a nice paint up, so it'll look a lot fresher on the rear. So yeah, this is your little before shots. I'm gonna cut back once I take back all of this rust that you can see all over. We'll try and sort of seal out on the door for him as well. A lot of rust here. At least this wing's not coming off at the bottom. That's one less little thing to do. There's a lot of rust here though. That's going to be quite thick, isn't it? Yeah. There's a lot of rust to be tended to on this car. Yeah. Alignment isn't great, but we can do little touch-ups here and there. I know it's like stuff like this we're not going to be painting, we're just going to try and touch in, yeah, and give it all a nice polish and see how good we can get this thing. I've already given it a wash, so it doesn't look the worst, to be fair. It looks pretty shiny actually on the side if you ignore all the rust. But let's make this beautiful. Right, so we've been doing a little bit of grinding away. And as we can see, this car is in a bit of a sorry state. These bits are coming up quite well. They're not quite thick. These wings are toast though because of this. We've got holes coming through the door. We've got all sorts of nasty little bits that we've been sanding away. The tailgate is starting to look better. There's a lot less rust on it now. This is quite thick though, so we're gonna have to take this back even more. No holes though. Come on, that's a good sign. No hole down here, but we still need to do that sill, so that's it's gonna be nasty. This is the nasty part though. We have a wing that is really not happy about its life. I can get my thumbs in there, which is definitely not a good sign. We're gonna try our best to make this work, but this really needs metal putting in, so I'm gonna get the welder out. Right, so we're doing a lot of prep work on this bad boy. This is a lot more work than I anticipated, but we're gonna get there in the end. We're just masking up the major areas that we'll be putting our focus on and everything. And yeah, I'm gonna get this rust treatment thing on this, try and get some more rust back. I don't want to be sanding too much surface away. The DA is going to have to come out. We're going to have to get some primer on there after we get it looking all nice. Filler, all sorts is going to be going on. But I will be documenting more as I go. Bringing trash out. We've got a whole shovel of Audi. Right, so we are now about 10 hours into the job. This is all primed now. The filler's going on. Yeah, most areas are primed now. New filler's just set on me. But it's time to go home. It's dark out. I've done enough on this bad boy. And the 24-hour challenge is 24 hours of working time. No, I'm not doing this overnight. Because I do have work in the morning. So the filler is on. We're gonna come back to this tomorrow and crack back on with it. We've got all the rust off. Everything's been sanded smooth. Primed, now fillered. And tomorrow we'll be doing more fillering, a little bit more primering, finishing touches to make this smooth and perfect. And painting. I've done a little test piece over here. What the paint's gonna look like. It looks quite alright actually. Nice. So I've had absolute disasters on this thing. I've put filler all over everything and the filler did not set, so I had to take it all back down. Back down the metal, then refillering it. And now we're onto a stage where I'm really happy with the smoothness of everything. The sills, I've tried to like match the pattern. It's like a textured stone chip pattern, so I've tried to match that the whole way along. It's looking pretty good. The tailgate I've already managed to get paint on, but it's covered up at the minute so we don't get no overspray. Over here we've been doing some corrections, and here we've got our first primered wing, which actually looks beautiful. We've got a lighting on it, real nice. I'm real happy with how that's coming out. It's looking really good. Oh. Let's get more primer on. We've got the ventilation back on. Obviously we've got our safety mask. Get some primer on there. Right, so we've let the primer set overnight and we're back to it in the morning. We've flattened everything back. It's all looking good, ready to get that base coat on and get this thing finished up. See how well we can blend this. So we're all fans on. We've had the heat gun on this after doing a bit of painting and clear coating. It's starting to look really good. I'm quite happy with the blend, I think. Now I've like compared it in a few spots. Cannot wait to pull this foil off. So but right here it's peeled off right back and it looks not too bad. So yeah, we're gonna have to see when the fall comes off because it looks a bit scary here to here. But yeah, let's see. Not bad. It needs to get polished in, blended in a bit. I'm quite happy with how that's come out actually. I'm over the moon. And here we have her, all done skis. It still needs polishing in, but it's looking really good. A few bits of clear that I'd like to correct on the bonnet and a bit of rust right there. Yeah, we could do a touching up, but we ran out of paint, so we're gonna have to burst the can, I think. But looking over here, this looks sweet, man. I'm well impressed with that. We've painted the bottoms of the arches as well. Both side sills have been touched up in some gloss black. Right, we're gonna leave this for a little while and see how well this holds up. Boom! It has been 2 weeks since we've touched this vehicle and we're gonna see how well everything's held up on this. The reason for this is I've allowed the paint to actually set. As we can see, we can really see the color difference now and how anything that goes on it is different. We can also see the line where we joined in. Not the perfect job, not as perfect as I wanted it to be really. So I'm going to try and give it a buff back and polish in, try and polish these headlights as well. Get this off and get some tar and glue remover off from underneath it. This is held up quite well. It's just been sat in the backyard, so you know any rust should be coming back through now. Obviously it's not perfect. This isn't the correct way of fixing it. However, it's the quickest, cheapest, most efficient way. And my friend hasn't had wheel arch liners in his car for a while, so I'm going to mount them back up for him because I always carry spares. I've got a load of brand new VW screws, which are actually perfect for this application. That's all I need, so we've got plenty of those. We're going to use them to make this brand new. So just to explain that a little more, we've actually got a few quotes from different body shops. So with me, that paint cost me £30 in for primer, top coat and clear coat. £15 for the drop links. Already have the filler, which means a total of £45 plus labour, obviously. But it's my friend, so I'm going to do it for cheap and cheerful, which is nothing. £45. That's not even £50. Just to compare, a cheap body shop using Weldon eBay sales would be 150 quid. The wings on eBay, you can get a pair cheap and cheerful from China for £100. When the cheap body shop quote was 300 quid. That wasn't without fitting any of these. That was just the paint. £300 for the paint. So you're looking at 550 plus the labour. For a proper job, decent sales and wings, it's going to be about 500 quid. Quote is 500 quid for just paint, so fitting labour is to be put on top of that. As you can see, that's literally multiplying itself. That's like times 10 times 2. Our most economical thing isn't going to be the proper job, but the proper job isn't going to be most economical. So that's all we could have done for my friend, just to get like another year out of this car, really, and make it look nice for him. But yeah, bish bash bosh. Thank you for watching, guys, and be sure to subscribe for more.